Hello friends, today we are going to study the first 126 lines from John Milton's epic called The Paradise Lost. The Paradise Lost is an epic poem. Milton had first written The Paradise Lost in 1667. Then it had appeared in 10 books. But in the year of his death, the same epic appeared in 12 books. In our course, we have only first 126 lines from the first book. I want to share with you something which will help you understand this long poem. First of all, I want to share with you the meaning of an epic. What is an epic? For example, what is the Ramayana? What is the Mahabharata? What is the Iliad? What is the Odyssey? You will say they are epics. They are long poems. So a long poem like the Iliad, Odyssey, the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, they are called the epic. In this sense, Paradise Lost, written by John Milton, is an epic poem. This epic poem was written in blank verse, which was favorable to the English poets. And as I have already told you, that Milton is a 17th century poet. Earlier in his life, he wrote so many things in favor of democracy. But in his later life, he became blind and he started writing on religious matters. So he wrote Paradise Lost, he wrote Paradise Regained. Now, one more thing that I want to share with you, the background in which Paradise Lost is written. The creation of this universe by God is the subject matter of the epic Paradise Lost. How God created universe. If you read the Bible in Genesis, you will find some remarks like this. God said, "Let there be light," and light there was. So, before the creation of this universe by God, there was darkness, there was chaos, there was nothing. So, God first created light, and then he created heaven, then he created paradise. At that time, there was no earth. So, how this story begins, I will try to tell you in very short, because this is only for the understanding of the poem that I am sharing the story, how this poem begins. So, at that time, when this poem begins, in heaven, there was a consultation. Of God, say, with his other peers, say, how to expand, or how to make the air of God. So there was a very important angel in heaven, and his name was Lucifer, who was later on called Satan. So Lucifer was very unhappy with some decisions of God. And so Lucifer had revolted against God, and he fought a war against God. In fact, about 1/3 of the angels in heaven had taken side with Lucifer. But God is God. God is almighty, all powerful. So God defeated Satan, means Lucifer. And Lucifer, along with his followers, other angels supporting him, he was thrown into hell. He was thrown into hell. And these 33% angels, they fell down into hell, which was burning. And this hell is described in this part of this poem. So the poet wants to know how the rebellion of Satan took place, how the rebellion of Lucifer took place. How did Satan corrupt man? So when these rebel angels, when they were thrown into hell by God, these rebel angels wanted to take revenge on God, but they could not fight against God. They had already been defeated. So they thought that they will go to paradise, which is now earth, but earlier it was called paradise. So they wanted to harm two innocent creatures living in paradise, and they were our forefathers. They were Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve were very innocent people. Satan went there in the form of a snake, and Satan incited Adam and Eve to eat the fruit of that tree which they were not allowed to eat. So Satan incited them, Eve and Adam, to disobey God. And in this way, they disobeyed God, and so Satan was very happy, because when man disobeyed God, all the sorrows had now come to paradise, and now paradise was not paradise, it was converted into earth. Before this disobedience, the seasons were equal, all the 12 months of the year, and all the trees bore fruits all the 12 months. So there was everything happy. There was no problem, no sin, no disease in heaven. So Adam and Eve were enjoying that bliss. So, but now Satan had disturbed this blissful situation, this blissful condition of mankind. But so paradise was changed into earth, and this was a fall for mankind. But how this fall was, happy in a sense. So Milton is going to discuss all the consequences of this rebellion and the consequent fall of Adam and Eve, how paradise was changed into earth, how sin and diseases and other plagues, things like, problematic things came to earth. So the poet is invoking a muse, just as Vedavyas invokes the help of Ganpati to complete his Mahabharata. Similarly, Milton is invoking the aid of a muse to tell him, to share with him what happened that Eve disobeyed God, and what happened that the Satan, the serpent, wanted to take revenge on God, and how he wanted to corrupt mankind, and how a rebellion was fought in heaven. So all these things he is going to discuss in this poem. But in our portion that is for us, we are told that the fallen angels, we find them in hell, and we have the speeches of the leaders of the fallen angels. And so I think I will begin with the actual poem in the second lecture. Thank you for being so patient. Thank you.